Imagine holding a piece of history right in the palm of your hand, a small yet powerful artifact from the past. The 1977 Washington quarter dollar with no mint mark. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary coin that could be tossed into a vending machine or left forgotten in the couch cushions. But for collectors and numismatic enthusiasts, this specific quarter is a fascinating time capsule, hiding stories, secrets, and potentially a significant market value, up to $1,600. Today, struck over 4 decades ago, this coin hails from an era when America was undergoing major economic and political transformations. And every detail of the coin tells its own story. The obverse of this quarter features the iconic profile of George Washington, America's first president, with the word liberty inscribed above his head, and the year 1977 below. However, one intriguing feature that sets this coin apart is the absence of a mint mark, typically found to the right of Washington's ponytail. This missing mint mark isn't a result of wear or damage. Instead, it indicates that the coin was minted in Philadelphia, which at the time did not place mint marks on quarters. But what makes this version highly collectible is not just the location, it's the combination of no mint mark and exceptional condition. Often found in uncirculated or proof-like quality that sends its value soaring. Collectors often look for specific markers of rarity, and in the case of the 1977 quarter, those include die errors, off-center strikes, or incredibly well-preserved surfaces with minimal contact marks. Coins that exhibit strong detail in George Washington's hair or clear separation in the eagle's feathers on the reverse tend to fetch higher prices. Add in the rarity of finding this quarter in high-grade condition, and it becomes clear why. Enthusiasts are willing to pay a premium. Some coins have even been submitted to professional grading services like NGC or PCGS, receiving grades of MS65 and higher, further validating their value and rarity. Another layer of allure surrounding the 1977 no mint mark quarter comes from its role in circulating currency during a time of inflation and economic change. The late 1970s were marked by a rise in commodity prices, gas shortages, and shifting monetary policies in the United States. While most people were focused on daily survival, a few astute individuals began holding onto coins like these, sensing that someday such pieces might become treasures of the past. Their foresight has proven wise, as the coin collecting community now places this quarter among the noteworthy finds of the modern era. One interesting aspect about the 1977 quarter is its nickel-clad copper composition, which replaced the older 90% silver makeup of quarters pre-1965. This change, made over a decade earlier, was meant to keep the coin affordable for mass circulation. Still, despite its modern material, the 1977 quarter's design and details remain sharp and timeless. The reverse features a proud, detailed American eagle with wings outstretched, a symbol of strength, freedom, and the enduring legacy of the United States Mint. Every line and curve in the design speaks to a careful minting process, even if imperfections, such as die cracks or planchette flaws, sneak into a few pieces and add extra value for era collectors. In the world of coin collecting, value is often dictated by 3 factors: rarity, demand, and condition. The 1977 no mint mark Washington quarter checks all 3 boxes. Though millions were minted, very few have survived in pristine condition. Even fewer have been graded and authenticated by trusted grading companies. As public interest in collectible coins continues to grow, thanks in part to social media, auctions, and educational content, demand has only increased. This is why a single 1977 quarter in near-perfect condition can command prices up to $1,600, especially if found with a striking error or in high mint state grade. For coin hunters and metal detectorists, finding a 1977 quarter without a mint mark in your pocket change feels like striking gold. These coins serve as a reminder that valuable treasures may still be hiding in plain sight, tucked away in an old coin jar, passed unknowingly in a cash transaction, or waiting silently at the bottom of a dusty drawer. Each one holds the potential to be a conversation starter, an auction highlight, or even the centerpiece of a growing collection. As more collectors enter the market, interest in quarters like this continues to grow, driving up value and inspiring new generations to take a closer look at their change. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a curious beginner, the 1977 Washington quarter with no mint mark stands as a prime example of why coin collecting is so exciting, blending history, artistry, and financial reward into one compact, metallic package. Its journey from Philadelphia's minting presses to collectors' cases across the world is part of a larger narrative that spans centuries of American currency. So the next time you come across a quarter from 1977, pause before you spend it. Look closely at the details. Does it lack a mint mark? Is the condition unusually crisp and clean? Because if so, you might just be holding a $1,600 gem. A reminder that even in our fast-paced digital world, tangible history still has real value. And in the realm of rare U.S. coins, the 1977 no mint mark quarter is more than just spare change. It's a treasure waiting to be discovered. Next up, the vast and fascinating universe of coin collecting. Some pieces stand out not because they are centuries old or made of precious metals, but because they represent key moments in U.S. numismatic history. One such coin is the 1982 Washington quarter with the Denver Mint Mark D, a surprisingly valuable and desirable coin that may appear ordinary to the untrained eye, yet holds a hidden worth of up to $1,050 in the collector's market today. This coin, minted during a time of transition and economic complexity, has gained recognition not just for its historical relevance, but also for its subtle details, conditional rarity, and appeal to both seasoned and novice collectors. The 1982 D quarter was struck at the Denver Mint, which is located in Colorado and represented by the small D mint mark on the coin's obverse. Just to the right of George Washington's ponytail, unlike some older quarters which were minted in silver or contained distinctive design shifts, this coin was part of a standard issue intended for wide circulation. However, what makes this particular year and minting combination so interesting is the sharp decline in the production of uncirculated sets, as well as the economic challenges facing the U.S. Mint during the early 1980s. These factors contributed to fewer high-quality examples being saved, elevating the status of well-preserved specimens to premium levels. To understand the full context, we must travel back to 1982, a year of recession, high interest rates, and inflation in America. The U.S. Mint, facing budget constraints, made significant adjustments. One major shift was the decision to cease production of mint sets for that year. As a result, collectors couldn't easily obtain pristine coins directly from the mint, and the few uncirculated quarters that did survive were primarily pulled from circulation by observant individuals. This created a shortage of mint state coins, especially those with excellent luster, full strikes, and minimal contact marks. Consequently, the 1982 D quarter emerged as one of the key coins in modern circulation with unexpectedly high value. In top condition, design-wise, this quarter continues the classic Washington motif that has graced the U.S. 25-cent piece since 1932. The obverse displays a left-facing bust of George Washington, engraved with remarkable detail. Above his head sits the word Liberty, and beneath his chin, the motto "In God We Trust" is neatly placed. The year 1982 sits just below the neck. On the reverse, an intricately rendered eagle perches on a bundle of arrows, flanked by olive branches, a design that beautifully symbolizes the balance of strength and peace. While these design elements are consistent across many years, collectors know that it's the subtle differences in strike quality, planchet clarity, and mint marks that can elevate a quarter's value. One particularly fascinating aspect of the 1982D quarter is how few people recognized its rarity for many years. It took time for collectors to realize that examples in mint state were incredibly hard to come by. This delayed awareness allowed many coins to disappear into circulation, worn down by decades of use before their significance was understood. Today, however, the narrative has shifted. the benefit of hindsight and increased numismatic knowledge, the 1982D quarter has become a key target for registry set builders and era coin hunters alike. Speaking of errors, while not all 1982D quarters are valuable, those that contain minting mistakes, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or clipped planchets, can command even higher prices. These errors, though rare, occur during the coin production process and are prized for their uniqueness. For instance, a 1982D quarter with a bold double die obverse and high grade could fetch even more than the typical market value of $1,050, depending on its rarity and eye appeal. Another important consideration when determining value is grading. Coins graded by trusted organizations like PCGS Professional Coin Grading Service or NGC Numismatic Guarantee Company are assigned a number on the Sheldon scale, which runs from 1 to 70. The closer a coin is to 70, meaning it's nearly flawless under magnification, the higher its value. A 1982D quarter in MS65 or higher can easily approach or surpass that $1,050 threshold, especially when paired with strong eye appeal and a well-defined strike. Collectors also seek out coins with full strike or full drum lines. On the reverse, eagles small indicators of sharp detail that further distinguish high-grade examples. Even the luster of the coin, that brilliant reflective shine that dances across its surface under light, plays a significant role in assessing a quarter's desirability. Coins that retain this original mint brilliance after more than 4 decades are incredibly rare and deeply coveted. What's even more captivating is how a coin, like the 1982D quarter, can connect generations. For older collectors, it represents a time they lived through, when pocket change felt heavier and every coin had weight both physically and symbolically. For younger hobbyists, it's a mysterious relic, a potential gem hiding in the pockets of parents and grandparents or buried deep within forgotten change jars. The thrill of possibly finding a coin worth over $1,000 in everyday life keeps the excitement of coin hunting alive. With the growing popularity of online auctions, coin collecting forums, and social media communities, stories of rare coin discoveries are spreading rapidly. This surge in visibility has contributed to renewed demand for semi-modern rarities. Like the 1982D quarter, listings for high-grade specimens on platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, and Stax Bowers often attract bidding wars, showing just how much this once overlooked coin is now in demand. Interestingly, many people confuse the 1982D with the 1982 no-mint, mark coin, or other more common quarters from the 1980s, but expert collectors know that the Enver mint version from 1982 stands apart due to its production challenges and scarcity in high condition. That's why it's become an essential piece for those building full Washington quarter collections, especially for registry competitions where only the highest grade coins are accepted. So, what should you do if you stumble upon a 1982D Washington quarter? First, examine its condition. Is the detail crisp? Does it still have a sharp shine? Are there any visible die, errors, or unusual marks? If the answer is yes, consider submitting it for professional grading, even if it doesn't reach MS65. Coins in the MS63 or MS64 range still hold significant value, and who knows, you might be looking at a $1,050 treasure in your hands. In conclusion, the 1982 Dimmitt Washington quarter is much more than loose change. It's a historical artifact, a reflection of America's economic climate in the early 80s, and a shining example of how small, everyday objects can become immensely valuable over time. Whether you're a casual coin hunter or a serious collector, this quarter offers a compelling reason to look more closely at the coins in your possession, because sometimes greatness hides in the most ordinary places. Next up, into the world of American coinage and discover how an ordinary-looking coin from the 1980s can actually be worth hundreds of dollars today. One such hidden treasure is the 1986 Washington quarter bearing the DeMint mark, representing the Denver Mint. To many, it may look like any other quarter tossed into the tip jar or left rattling in the car console. But for numismatists, the 1986D quarter is a standout piece, valued as high as $800 in today's collector market, especially in top-grade condition or with rare, striking details, it's a powerful reminder that not all treasure lies buried underground. Some of it jingles right in your pocket. The 1986 D Washington quarter is a 25-cent piece made from a clad composition of copper and nickel, just like many others from the same era. However, what sets this coin apart is not a dramatic design change or rare metal, but rather a combination of minting quality, scarcity in pristine condition, and increasing demand among collectors. The Denver Mint produced these coins for general circulation, and millions were struck, but as is often the case in numismatics, quantity does not always mean accessibility, especially when you're searching for mint state. 66 or higher examples, these high-grade coins are not just uncommon, they are exceptionally scarce and highly sought after. One of the defining traits of this quarter is its crisp and symmetrical design, which has remained a symbol of American resilience for decades. On the obverse side, George Washington's profile stares steadily into the distance, framed by the inscriptions "Liberty" above and "In God We Trust" to the left. The year 1986 rests boldly beneath his neckline, while the small yet significant De Mint mark appears just beside the ponytail, a subtle detail, yet essential for identifying the coin's origin. The reverse of the coin features the majestic eagle wings fully spread, perched atop a bundle of arrows and flanked by olive branches. It's not just artwork, it's a statement of national strength, balance, and heritage. But why is this particular quarter so valuable? The answer lies in grade rarity. While millions of coins entered circulation, the vast majority were quickly worn down by everyday use in pockets, vending machines, and parking meters. Very few were preserved in untouched, uncirculated condition, and even fewer were saved in such a way that they maintained their original mint luster, strike sharpness, and surface integrity. It's coins that display full detail in Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers, free of scratches or discoloration that collectors compete for, and those are the coins reaching values near $800 today. Adding to the coin's intrigue is the timing of its release. The year 1986 was marked by national optimism under President Ronald Reagan, as well as international tension during the late Cold War years. From a cultural standpoint, America was undergoing a technological and economic transformation, and coins like the 1986 D quarter became part of the fabric of everyday life. Today, these coins serve as historical markers, physical reminders of a year when Challenger launched into space. The Statue of Liberty was rededicated, and millions of Americans were unknowingly handling future collectibles in their daily transactions. Interestingly, the Denver Mint has long been associated with producing coins of high durability. But even so, only a fraction of the 1986 D quarters struck there were kept in mint state condition. The rest were used, circulated, and lost to time, making the survival of high-grade examples all the more remarkable. For this reason, coin grading services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, play a vital role in authenticating and preserving these coins. Coins that have been certified as MS65, MS66, or higher often sell for several $100s or more. Depending on their eye appeal and strike quality, collectors also keep an eye out for error, varieties, rare anomalies that occur during the minting process, so not common for the 1986 D quarter. Any instance of double die obverse DDO, off-center strikes, or planchette errors can significantly boost a coin's value beyond its already respectable $800 range. These minting mistakes, often subtle to the casual observer, are seen as unique fingerprints of the coin's journey from press to pocket, adding another layer of value and storytelling for dedicated numismatists. Moreover, the rising popularity of registry set collecting has caused even greater demand for high-grade 1986 D quarters. Registry sets involve completing a full collection of coins in the highest grades possible. It's verified by third-party grading services. Since the 1986 D quarter is one of the tougher issues to find, in top condition due to quality control inconsistencies at the time, it has become a key trophy coin, pushing values higher with each passing year. Competitive collectors are willing to pay a premium just to upgrade one, slot in their registry with a better graded. Example, there's also a cultural fascination attached to finding a coin from the 1980s that still holds mint-state luster. For many Americans, this was a nostalgic era, a time of cassette tapes, arcade games, and economic transition. Holding a coin from 1986 feels like holding a tangible link to that era. And for collectors born during that time or who grew up, spending those very quarters on gumballs or comic books, the emotional connection makes the coin even more appealing. What makes the 1986D quarter even more exciting is the possibility that one may still be lurking in circulation. Yes, it's rare, but not impossible. Stories occasionally surface of lucky individuals finding mint-state or near-mint examples in pocket change, estate sales, or forgotten collections. With heightened awareness and a keen eye, you could stumble across a coin that transforms a regular day into a collector's dream. Imagine holding a coin that someone once spent on coffee, now valued at $800, simply because it was preserved, pure, and almost untouched by time. Even if you're new to coin collecting, the 1986D quarter is an excellent starting point for building interest and knowledge, its balance of historical relevance, market value, and accessibility makes it one of the most rewarding modern quarters to pursue. Whether you're checking your own stash or attending local coin shows, this quarter serves as a reminder that the numismatic world is full of surprises, and that even a coin less than 50 years old can rival the value of rare antiques when condition, context, and demand align to truly appreciate its value. One must understand the deeper philosophy behind coin collecting. It's not just about metal, it's about moments frozen in time, history you can hold, and the thrill of discovery. The 1986D Washington quarter encapsulates all of these ideals. It's a coin born in a time of American optimism and technological growth. It's quietly gaining value over the decades while sitting unnoticed in drawers and jars. So the next time you go through your change, don't overlook that seemingly ordinary quarter dated 1986 with a small D beside Washington's ponytail. Check its surface, examine its details. And if it gleams with original luster and sharp relief, you might just be holding a miniature treasure worth $800. Because in the world of rare coins, even the most unexpected pieces can turn out to be valuable, and sometimes history isn't found in a museum, but in the change right in your pocket.